One of our problems on this earth is how we look at ourselves. Most of the times we think that others are doing better than us, and we feel comfortable with others, what they do than what God have intended us to become. So most of the times we go down just because we don't have faith, we don't have belief in ourselves. Whatever that we are doing, we think that what we are doing cannot give us what we want to get. Forgetting that whatever that you are doing, that is what God will use in blessing you. As small as you are, never think on this earth that you are an unuseful being, because God has a purpose for you. Wherever that you found yourself, even in the city or in the village, wherever that you are, acknowledge the fact that God has a purpose for you. And the purpose of God about your life is real. It does not matter where you find yourself. If you believe that God is real and God can use any kind of environment to bless you, He will bless you. This is what Jesus told the disciples in the book of Luke chapter 19, verse 30 and 31. He said, "Go to the village ahead of you, and as you enter it, you will find a colt being tied there, which no one have ever ridden. Untie it and bring it here. If anyone asks you, why are you untying it? Tell him the Lord needs it." Whoever that you are on this earth, I want you to understand that you are useful and God have a purpose for your life. Never undermine your personal integrity and think that someone has a better position than you are, because God has deposited something in you that you cannot compare to what is in someone. You can start small. The colt was tied there. It was abandoned. Nobody thought of any useful things in it. But Jesus recognized something in it. Wherever that you find yourself, God knows there is something in you. Either you started big or small, either in a village or in a hamlet, don't give up on who you are. Acknowledge the fact that there's something fruitful God can use you for. When the colt was tied there, nobody thought of anything good about it. But God, who created heaven and earth, knows there is something in it. There is a purpose, there is a reason why you are what you are today. Acknowledge the fact and know that God can change your situation. By the close of the day, the colt that was tied there and nobody thought it was going to be useful, it became a biblical monument that people can now call on it, even though from the beginning it was not useful. Acknowledge that God can use you for something fruitful. Do what is right. Purpose yourself well. Ask for the blessing of God. Acknowledge the will of God. And whatever God has intended you to become, you will become it at the appropriate time. Not necessarily how you want it to come. Believe in God. Trust in God. I want you to understand clearly that you are useful. You are not useless. You are useful. And if you acknowledge that fact, God's blessing will come upon your life. If God can use an animal to change the destiny of the animal, whoever that you are, God will use you. And your destiny will never be the same. Because the blessings of God can change people's purpose. May the blessings of God be with you. May the purpose of God be real in your life. It does not matter what you are today. There's a future for your life. And acknowledge that future. Believe in God that you are not useless and you are useful. The usefulness of God will raise you beyond where you are. May the favor of God be with you. And may the blessings of God that catapult people from the stage that they are useless take you from the higher point and make you who God wants you to become. May you become the will of God. Go with the blessings of God. God bless you.